In this video, we're going to be talking about Vitaly versus Devon, Levan versus Devon, Travis Bagent making a comeback against Cody Spermerit, and Chan Shaw's next opponent in his next super match. So welcome arm wrestling fans, I'm Pradeep from Arm Wrestling News. Give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So let's start with Vitaly Leletin. That news kind of went underground, it wasn't noticed much. But about 6 days ago, Vitaly Leletin also challenged Devon Larratt to a super match of his choice. And by his choice, I mean either left-handed or right-handed. But as I already said that it kind of went underground and nobody really talked about it. Vitaly made a video about it on his channel. But that is something really unfortunate for Vitaly right now. And when I mean unfortunate, I mean two things. First of all, Devon's vision is very clear. Levan Sagnashvili, and he will not be diverted at all. Very clear tunnel vision. And second reason why I believe Vitaly is unfortunate in today's scenario of arm wrestling is he's so dominant. Because it is really difficult in today's world to give him super matches, because today's world is moving highly towards professionalism and close matches and super matches. So a guy like Vitaly Leletin, I'm quite sure that Neil Pickup in his Arm Wars doesn't want to do anything with Vitaly Leletin. Number two, I don't think Steve Kaplan in WL, I don't think he wants to do anything with Vitaly. And I don't think King of the Table, Larry Wheels, wants to do anything with Vitaly. Why? Because of very simple one reason. He's just too dominant. Nobody wants one guy to run over their opposition and make the match kind of boring for the new fans, because right now the objective of arm wrestling, main goal of arm wrestling or professional arm wrestling I should say, is to attract newer audience. And how do you attract newer audience? By giving them closer matches. It doesn't really matter at this point of time about the level of matches, and somewhat high level, not really elite, but it has to be a certain level. I hope you understand what I mean. So this is the reason why a guy like Vitaly is still more suitable under contract arm wrestling. By contract arm wrestling, I mean something like PAL, where you are almost guaranteed barring these situations like COVID, etc., almost guaranteed to have 3 super matches no matter how dominant you are. So you will get your paycheck, you will get your 3 matches. When I was talking about arm wrestling moving more towards professionalism, I mean like we have left the Olympic dream far behind. People used to talk about if you do this, if you do that, we will get into the Olympics. Now that dream is far behind because Olympics has recently dropped out weightlifting, such a traditional sport, and also boxing. I've heard about that too, I think. So why weightlifting? The reason that they cited was doping, because too much doping was going on in weightlifting. And now compare this with arm wrestling. Arm wrestlers don't really know about how to hide their PED usage. Like Derek More Plates More Dates was on Joe Rogan podcast, and there he said that arm wrestlers just take anything and they just hope that they don't get tested. This is how much arm wrestlers know about hiding their PED usage when they are getting tested. So imagine if Olympic can do that to weightlifting, there is absolutely zero chance of arm wrestling getting into Olympics. So that dream is far behind. Contractual arm wrestling is still there, and it will be still there, at least for the guys who doesn't really have a huge social media presence like Ryan Bowen, who can advocate for their own super matches. This is what I believe. So moving on to the main news. Cody Merritt versus Travis the Beast Bagent. So Travis Bagent versus Cody. This match was initially announced by Travis Bagent. He was with Paul Italia, and he said that there are a lot of people who are saying that Travis Bagent is retired, he's not active. So Travis said that he's done with these complaints and he will beat Cody Merritt, the 2019 WAF World Champion, if the promoter puts anything more than $5,000. So this is what Travis Bagent said. After that, I made a video about it. I said that it may be another fake publicity stunt from Travis Bagent, just like the one with Monster Michael Todd where they were punching a boxing machine. So fortunately, it wasn't that. Cody Merritt corrected me on Facebook. He told me that this is not a fake stunt and this is a genuine match that is supposed to happen in the first quarter, preferably late February next year. But for some reason, Not for some reason, I know the reason that Travis Bagent cited. Travis Bagent said that he does not want that match anymore. Why? Because he said that he saw Cody Merritt's performance in super matches against Robbie Toppy and others, and in tournaments also, left-handed I'm talking about. And he said he doesn't want to do anything with Cody Merritt, especially in his current shape. Travis always looks unprepared, like not in a great body shape, just to say. But in his recent video, Cody Merritt again confirmed that the Travis Bagent match will be happening in June next year. So now we have two big matches in June next year, June 2022. That is Levan versus Devon. If you haven't watched that video, I'll link it in the iCard, so you can watch that as well. And also Travis Bagent's comeback into high level of arm wrestling. So what are your predictions about this match before we move on to the next topic? And when I say high level in arm wrestling, of course a world champion, WAF world champion, has to be regarded as a high level arm wrestler. But there is one thing that I wanted to say about WAF, World Arm Wrestling Federation, or World Arm Wrestling Championships, that while I genuinely think that the highest level of arm wrestling in the lightweight and even the middleweight divisions are represented in WAF. I believe if you win WAF tournament in lightweight and middleweight, there is no one on earth that can beat you. This is the most possible, most likely scenario. But I would not say the same about super heavyweights. Why? The primary example that I would like to give you is Georgy Svetkov, 2021 WAF left-handed super heavyweight champion. So why I'm taking his name? Because he faced Travis Bagent in Moldova in 2018, and Travis Bagent was so dominant against him that the match wasn't even close. You cannot even tell how much of a difference there was between these two, because Travis was just blasting through him 3-0, not even close. Same goes with Arif Artem. He is right-handed 2021 WAF super heavyweight champion, and I think there are a lot of guys who can beat him. And I'm not saying that if someone of you tell me that there is doping control in WAF and other organizations, there is no doping control. I'm not saying that this is not a valid argument, because of course it is. PEDs help a lot in performance. But when you are having a super match which is untested, it is your job to kind of level the playing field. So if you lose in a super match against an untested guy, you cannot really blame anything. So I have to understand, or I have to make some assumptions that the level in super heavyweight WAF arm wrestling does not represent the topmost elite level of arm wrestling. This is my opinion, and I have good confidence that my opinion is right here. Anyways, this will be a really exciting match to see. And Cody Merritt has a lot of matches lined up. I really felt happy that Cody Merritt said in his video that finally arm wrestling has started giving something back to him. Why? Because he is having a super match in the East versus West Engin Terzi's event on February 12th. So he will be facing Artem Morozov from Kazakhstan. And 3-4 weeks after that, he is going to face Ryan SP from Canada. Ryan SP and Cody Merritt, these guys are considered amongst top 3 in North America left-handed, including Devon Larratt. And if Travis Bagent is really prepared, you can throw him in the mix as well. So these are top 3 guys. So Ryan SP versus Cody Merritt, just a few weeks, maybe towards late February or early March. This is what Cody Merritt told. And after that, another super match that he couldn't yet reveal. And after that, in June, Travis Bagent, the big super match. So I'm really happy for Cody Merritt. Once in my videos, I said that I believe Cody Merritt is top 10 left-handed in the world. Or maybe even top 8. I don't remember what I said. I think top 10. And Sandres Sedis, which is our next topic of discussion, said that I'm stupid because I think that Cody Merritt can be top 10 in the world. And I said that I believe, this is my belief. I think that. I used these words. And he said that you're stupid because you're thinking that. And I asked him for his list, and surprisingly, he ranked John Brezink over Cody Merritt left-handed, which is absolutely crazy. So I told him, this is your ranking and you call me crazy, you call me stupid. And he was like, didn't you see, I wrote it is my assumption. And I'm like, didn't you see that I also said the same thing, that it is my assumption? So your assumptions count and mine don't. Anyways, that was a crazy story. So Sandres Sedis is going to face Chan Shaw right-handed. Now almost all of the arm wrestling fans think that this is going to be a clean sweep for Sandres Sedis. He's on a run recently. He won his Arm War super match. He won European Arm Wrestling Championship 110 kilos gold. He won bronze at World WAF Arm Wrestling Championship. So he's clearly on a bull run. So for Chan Shaw to be able to stop him would take a lot of effort. So anyways, I wish all of these athletes good luck for their upcoming matches. Please subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, share it with someone who thinks like you. My name is Pradeep and I thank you so much for watching.